Now, 50 says that Drake is trying to get Kendrick Lamar to not perform, he's trying to block Not Like Us from being performed at the Super Bowl. We talked about that in the past when it was first reported that it was going on, and I got to give Wack 100 his credit because he was the first one to say that. Wack 100 said this a while ago, back in September. He said that Drake was trying to prevent or restrict Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show. And everybody was like, no. Even Drake and them came out and said that it wasn't true. But every move that Drake makes seems like it is true. It says Drake is reportedly seeking to restrict Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance, according to claims by Wack 100. Drake's contentious manager alleged during a weekend live stream that the artist had been employing legal measures to influence Lamar's much anticipated appearance at next year's Super Bowl. He's trying to get the NFL to restrict Kendrick. Now, does this have any credence? I believe that Drake lost in such a way that he realizes the only way for him to come back from this L is to go behind the scenes and stop things from happening. What happened initially was Drake there was a story that came out. I don't know if Drake put it out, but Maul put it out saying that Drake was offered the Super Bowl 4 times. Then Steve Stout came out, who's a music industry executive, and he said that it was true. The NFL denied it. The NFL said that they never offered Drake the Super Bowl, right? The NFL came out, denied it. They said, let me see. It was Randall Williams from Bloomberg who stated that he spoke to NFL sources and they refuted the claims about Drake. It says in the quote, NFL sources told me in the 5 years that the NFL has been partnered with Rock Nation, the two parties have never offered Drake the Super Bowl halftime show. One source said it was a blatant lie. In my opinion, this was an attempt at PR. This is a PR attempt. This was an attempt for Drake to get some good favor from the public. You know, like, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. They tried to downplay how big of a deal it was for Kendrick Lamar to have this show. Because the Super Bowl halftime show is a huge show. There's going to be 100 million people watching and hundreds of millions watching the playback. The commercials, every part of that. So they probably was like, let's try to downplay it first, like it's not that big a deal. When Drake and them seen that wasn't going to work, okay, let's try to say that we got it before, you know, and all that, and that didn't work. And then it's like, okay, well, let's try to get it restricted. Let's try to block it from happening. And that didn't work. And the NFL is like, no, we continue in it. Like, we don't care. And if you guys didn't see this, let me pull it up for you. Where did it go? Drake has now announced that he has a deal with the NFL. So once again, here it is, trying to downplay the significance of Kendrick Lamar doing the halftime show by teasing a collab with the NFL, but not saying exactly what it is. Drake's OVO brand teases collab with the NFL ahead of Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. So on Tuesday, December 10th, Drizzy's OVO brand shared a post on his Instagram story revealing some upcoming partnership with the NFL. In the post, which can be seen below, there appear to be 2 sports jackets, one blue and one red one for NFC, one for AFC. But we know that that's Drake trying to play on the Crips and Bloods thing and trying to be funny. The promo also features the NFL and OVO logos. So, bro, you got some clothing partnership with the NFL. But why rush the announcement? Because this is a rushed announcement. You just throw it up in the OVO store or in the OVO story. Says this wouldn't be the rapper's first collab with a sports brand. His OVO company also has an NBA collaboration. And this is all after the news that Kendrick Lamar is going to Toronto and performing at the Toronto Blue Jays Stadium twice. If you guys didn't know that, you know, it just probably for Drake seems like it's just a lot of sports, you know, repping for Kendrick right now. So he's trying to downplay the significance of Kendrick at that Super Bowl, but every step that he makes, every move that Drake makes, it makes it look like he cares more. Like the Super Bowl must be that big to him. You know, big as the Super Bowl, right? That's the lyrics. Big as the Super Bowl. Why put a clothing announcement and a red and blue one right before all this different stuff that's going on with Kendrick? It's because you're trying to downplay the significance of what Kendrick is doing. Now, Kendrick seemingly has all the sports teams behind him. I want to show you guys that Toronto not only invited him, they also added a show after the backlash for them not coming forward to Drake's defense came out. Look at this. Kendrick Lamar and SZA add new dates to Grand National Tour. It was one Toronto stop initially, and then now it's the second one. Let me see if I can get this zoomed out where all these ads ain't popping up. The Toronto stop will take place at the Rogers Center, making Kendrick Lamar the first rapper to headline the Toronto Stadium. So Kendrick is about to be the first rapper. When Drake is down the street, Kendrick is going to be the first rapper to headline the Toronto Stadium, the Rogers Center. You don't think that bothers Drake? It does. In my opinion, that bothers Drake. That Toronto has never had a rapper come headline the Rogers Center Stadium, and Kendrick Lamar is going to be the first one. And not only is he performing once, he's coming back to do a second show. So all these things are bothering Drake because it's like Kendrick don't even do no talking. He don't do no talking. He don't do no internet posting. He don't do none of that. He probably ain't even like Kendrick ain't out there working for the relationships the way Drake is working for the relationships. He ain't got to shake the hands that Drake. He ain't got to do all the extras. That's bothering Drake. One of the best things you could do if you want to be successful is become the person that people can't say no to before they even know what you're offering them. Become the person. This is a lesson for you guys. If you're an entrepreneur out there, you guys know we got the entrepreneur channel going over there too, where we do the breakdowns and stuff like that. We do Bible study. We do all that different stuff on the other channel. One of the best things that you could do is become a person that people can't say no to. Kendrick Lamar has become a person that people can't say no to. So he gets opportunities without having to do the extras. Without having to go on the internet and do all that, he's getting the same opportunities that Drake is getting. And that bothers Drake. This is why he's suing. Like, man, you have to have help for you to be as good as me. Because all the work I'm doing, that's how I assume that's how Drake would feel. All the work that he's doing and to make himself look like a certain way, Kendrick just gets this opportunity. He get the Super Bowl. He don't even post on the internet. He's the first rapper to ever headline the Rogers Center in Toronto, the stadium. And he don't even post on the internet. He don't even. And you feel entitled to certain things because you are doing certain things to get those opportunities. And when they don't give it to you, it looks weird. So look, this is the post. Let me see. This is the post that OVO put up in their story just to announce their collab with the NFL. It's just, he's just trying to do anything he can to make it seem like Kendrick getting that Super Bowl or getting a deal with the NFL or whatever Kendrick is doing it's not that. He's trying to make it look like it's not a big deal. But it's a huge deal.